is Takudzwa. So I'm a software developer from the computational biology division. So work on the eLwazi project, which is an open data science platform. All right, so just to give a brief about eLwazi, it is an open data science platform which allows you to access data, to search for data, and also submit your workflows and probably access computing to perform your analysis. So basically what we aim to address is to ensure that data is easily accessible, because there's obviously a limitation when you try to access data, especially amongst different research groups. And again, the reason for us having this kind of platform is because we tend to provide this service to the DSI Africa Consortium, which is a lot of different researchers across Africa. So again, there's also a lack of integration and standardization of analytical tools that people use. So you find that people tend to use tools differently. And through this platform, we also allow people to sort of like have a standardized way of accessing workflows and tools that they use. And through the platform as well, it also makes it a bit more scalable, and it allows for you to easily collaborate. So the platform, probably a reiteration, actually ensures that the users can access data, select tools, and also run analysis on any computing of choice. All right, so this is a basic overview of what the platform looks like. As you can see, there are a lot of different components there where you get your ingestion of the data, you get biomedical data, you have pipelines for harmonizing the data just to make sure that it's consistent throughout the different research groups. And you also have a catalog where you can search the data from. But I'm going to focus more on the part where you have a user workspace, because this is sort of like an entry point for the user where they actually access the open data science platform. And so from there, they can easily search for data through the catalog again, try and request for access to the data, because oftentimes you realize that you have cases where there are restrictions in terms of moving data across borders or maybe across different research institutions. So just by that alone, we also allow, like I mentioned earlier on, ensuring that there's authentication, there's actually authorized access to the data, and also compute as well. And just as you can see here, where you have like the DRS, TRS, so these are actually standardized APIs that we employed for us to be able to access compute service and also accessing the data itself. So these APIs, I'm just going to go a bit deeper into them in the next slide. So basically what they allow you to do is to access different resources, be it cloud resources, AWS, Azure, for example, or if you have your own data on local prem, like in our case, we use eLifu for that. Yes, so going to the next slide. So this is more like a combined services, just in a nutshell, of the different APIs that we use. So these APIs, they use the GA4GH standards, Global Alliance for Genomics and Health, which is sort of like international standards for standardizing ways of sharing your data. Like when they need people to share, to search for your data, how do you expose it to the research communities? So you actually use Data Connect for that. Which is the one here. So this is sort of like an API. If you want to authenticate your data, want to restrict access to your data, we have APIs like the passport brokers there. If you then want people to then access your data, you have a data repository, which is the DRS service that you have here. And we also have the workflow execution service, which allows you to get workflows, get your data, and then submit it to compute. So that's the West server that you can see over there, the small cloud. And we also have the TRS API, which allows you to have sort of like standardize your workflows. You can store them and you can easily share them from through that API. And they're actually tools that have already been developed, and these are sort of like open source. Like in this case, I used Docstore as an example. So you can easily submit your workflows, share them with other people, and you can actually make sure that whatever work you're sharing is actually consistent. So this is sort of like the tech stack that we have that is, making all this stuff possible. As you can see, again, I mentioned the GA4J standards. They're actually pretty crucial to this whole setup. And we have WestKit, which is an open source API that has the West standards installed in it. And we also have the Dog Store, and we have Gen 3 again, which you can use for setting up data commons. There's also Terra, we have DNA Stack, which is sort of like all the other services again, but it's something that you would need to pay for, and all other developing technologies. And these are the contributors that we have. They're all over Africa, the S Labs in Mali, Uganda. We also have the Uganda Virus Research Institute, DSpace in Botswana, the eLwazi Infrastructure Working Group, and there are also other working groups again within eLwazi which actually make this possible, and also the GA4GH community.